Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Suhey with Suhey Plans, and today I'm really excited because I'll be setting up my work planner for 2024. My work planner is a half-letter disc bound system, and the large majority of the inserts and ephemera that's happening in this setup will be from Rosie Papeterie, who I am an affiliate for. But I absolutely love her shop. Her inserts are of amazing quality. I love her simple and functional layouts. I'm a huge fan of her shop and proud to be associated with her shop. And today I'm setting up my work planner using primarily her inserts and some other things that I'm doing. I got an amazing idea for this video from Just Scribbles, who just released her work planner setup for 2024, and I'll link that below as well. And how she approached it, and I think I want to do the same today, is that she kind of went through the overall of what she was going to do, how she was going to set it up, and then she came back in the second half of the video after putting it all together and then doing a flip through of the final product. And so I really want to do the same with you today. But I'll quickly go over what I have here, and then I'll break but come right back and show you the final product. So I have some deco cards that came with my order, some page flags that I think beautiful neutral color, sticky notes that I always like to have in my work planner as well. I have a set of weekly inserts for 2024. The number 2 is the product type. I've got bottom tab dividers in a 6-pack. I've got a vertical weekly hourly inserts from Hemlock and Oak, and then I got a couple of random printable inserts, a monthly reminders, some to-dos, dailies, some meeting notes, and just Cornell Notes style blank grid. And then I also have some month on 2-page inserts, and not all of these inserts are going in, but the first couple of months of the year will be going in. On this side, I've got some divider labels that came with the dividers that I purchased, the bottom tab dividers. And I know this is a little bit hard to see, but these are also divider labels in white, which I think is really, really interesting. And I'm thinking about I'm still debating whether or not I want to use the white or the black. But I also purchased these tab sticky notes that I want to use as a backdrop. So I'm still debating on what to do there. Then I have some monthly deco, some vellum deco for each month. And I'm using her binder. And I purchased a new plastic cover to put on existing discs that I had, and I'm kind of adding to the base, which is this product here. So just kind of to quickly go over what my planner setup is like. I have the usual calendar system up front, followed by meeting tabs for all of the people that I regularly meet with. I supervise a few folks on my team, and the conversations that I have with them are very important, and so they get their own section in my work planner. And this is kind of the main reason why I like a customizable system for work, because I have a very specific sections in my planner for specific people. And so your average planner won't quite work with that need. So with a half-letter disc bound that I can customize and add as I need, I can create exactly the system that I need for work. And I haven't been able to find anything that can quite match the DIY of it all with discs. And I do choose discs over A5. It's an ample page, But with half letter, I can do a printable and just cut right down the middle of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. The ease of that process just makes it a win for me with work. I don't want to do a lot of fussing or a lot of overthinking about my work planner. I just need it to work. And so I think when it comes to printing and cutting, for me personally, half letter takes the cake. And so that's why I use half letter for my work planner. So I'm going to come back and put all of this stuff together and make some decisions on what I want things to look like, how I want everything to be set up, refresh some tabs and some labels, and then I'm going to come back and do a full flip through of my work planner for 2024. All right, folks, be right back. All right, friends, I am back all set up with my work planner for 2024 in half letter discs. Let's jump in. So this is a Rosie Papeterie leather agenda cover designed for half letter discs, snap closure, silver popper, a very affordable, real, genuine leather disc bound cover. On the left-hand side, I just have like this postcard that I always have loved, and I just keep it there for deco. With my work planner, I really like the color blue. I don't, with my stickers. So these are just Shop Daisy Papers stickers in kind of like an assortment of sizes and shapes. And that's kind of what I prefer in my work planner. Can't really tell you why, but this is a really cute planner card that came with my Rosie Papeterie order. This is the beautiful thank you card, and that is Rosie herself. She has such a wonderful shop. I just had to give her a shout out there. Really beautiful. Love all things Rosie. So we jump in, and now I do forget the exact size of these rings, but they are just, I'm sorry, these discs, but they are just slightly over an inch in this beautiful like slate gray color that I just love with my colorway and with the blue stickers. I ordered a fresh half letter discs plastic cover. I always like to swap them out after a couple of months just because they look fresh. And then what I do is that I save, once as I remove inserts from the year, I just use the old used covers to hold old inserts from the year. And then I replace those. So they never go to, so I'm always using some in rotation. Okay, so after that, I have 2 sets of just stickies that I keep in this front panel here. I don't forget memo. Just always have like a couple of sheets stuck here. And the first tab that I have here is my yearly tab. These bottom tabs came in a 6-piece set with labels that came with the dividers, with a lot of different options for what you might want to use. Let me see if I can grab those really quickly. All right. Yeah, so there were a bunch of different options here that came with the dividers. This is a work planner for me, so some of the things like savings didn't really work, etc. But I love the flexibility that, if I decide to use these tabs for a different purpose down the line, that I have these dividers that I can use. So that was really, really handy, and I love the chic, minimal font, but that's also very easy to read. So in that yearly divider, I use it to stick the sticky notes. And then after that, I have the 2024 vellum with the annual calendar view. And then the beautiful cardstock dashboard with the numbers 24. Please assume that everything is Rosie unless I say otherwise. And I just love that layering look. Very chic, very simple. The yearly view is a Monday start for this calendar. Very, very handy. After that, I have I also have in here a monthly reminders, insert by my productive self. I use this in my yearly section because it's kind of like a perpetual calendar of sorts where I write down habits, routines, rhythms that happen year in, year out. And then I just do a check mark in the corresponding month so that, you know, if things are a little bit slow or at the beginning of each month, I always check in with this to see if there's anything that I should be doing in a particular month that might have slipped my mind. So I always keep this insert with my yearly view. Let's see if I can find, give me one sec. All right, here's what that looks like filled out for a particular year. So then I'll do a fresh one for 2024. But there are a lot of things that just happen at work year in and year out. And here's a great place to put all of that. After that, I have a monthly tab. I have a monthly tab where I have all of the months of the year. Well, let me actually be clear. I keep 6 months or one academic term in my planner at a time, and that's because I work in higher education and we work on a term system, so I keep one term at a time in my planner. I know a lot of folks do a couple of months. I do about 5 to 6, just keeping one semester in the planner at a time. These are beautiful script vellum dashboards that I use with each month. These are her month on 2-page spread with plenty of room in these boxes, really generous. The month prior, the month following, some room for notes. And then a dashboard on the back with like a summary, a small calendar, healthy to-do list, important dates, goals, and notes. I really like this particular spread, this particular insert for the goals and for the to-dos, and it's very comprehensive, and I think it works really great for work. Then I have February, same insert. March, that beautiful script. April. And I decided to leave out the vellum script for April and May, just because it's pretty far down the line and I'd like to keep these fresh. So then I will plug those in when we get a little bit closer. Probably in February or March, I'll put in the vellums for April and May. All right, so then after that, we've got my weekly planning. Oh, one thing I'll say too about the Rosie Papeterie dividers is that they're very sturdy. They're very great quality. They're going to last a while, but they're not super, super thick. And I really appreciate that because there's less bulk in my planner, and I'm a divider heavy planner for work. So the fact that these are fairly thin but still durable dividers, I think is great because it's easy to bulk up planners with just dividers. And I need dividers. I really like dividers for work. But so the really nice thing I love about the Rosie dividers is that they're a thinner plastic, which is great. After this, now I have some Hemlock and Oak weekly, hourly, vertical inserts. So what I like about these inserts are that, again, they're on an hourly basis, and I do have a lot of meetings. I do have a lot of scheduled events and times during my week. And so I really like to have this in combination with another set of weekly inserts. I just really like to see my week at a glance in my meetings and appointments because those do make up a lot of my time. I probably won't use some of this like the tasks list as much. I'm really here for the calendar and the hourly organization of it all. So after these inserts, my next section, I haven't tucked it in, so let me just move this. All right. Or actually, I think that the contrast kind of helped make things a little bit easier to see. But let me tuck this in. Okay. So it doesn't flip around. All right, so the next section is what I'm calling a daily section, but it's not your traditional daily. So what I have here are Rosie Papeterie week on 2-page inserts with a space for each day of the week, weekends, your next week, trackers, healthy to do, a summary, or just a couple of lines that correspond with the monthly glance with the highlighted week that you're in. I love that because I used to always do that by hand. So I love that that's already done for you. So I'm calling this dailies, even though these are considered weekly spreads, because these are the inserts that I use to do daily planning. Because my time is so heavily meeting based and time with different things at different times, I don't find myself needing an entire insert for a day. Having this much space per day actually works perfectly, especially if I can see my meetings separately. Meetings just take up enough of my time that this is really ample leftover room for planning my day. And usually what I'll do is I'll add everything that I need to do in that day, and then all of my meetings will be easily accessible here. So again, which is why I kind of like a lot of dividers, because there's a lot of flipping back and forth and easily finding all the different things. And it's, I think, it's difficult to find, and I don't need a daily page. So this kind of works really well for me, right? To each its own. And so yeah, so then that's why these inserts I title them as dailies, because I use them in a daily manner. And then I just have a today tab to take me exactly to what day I'm in that particular month. Because I do like to be able to kind of flip through my days, which is why I like to section off this area. But then I also like to quickly find the particular day that I am in. So I have these. I don't need so many of these in my planner, so I just have this going through February, which I think is fine. After that, the next couple of sections are dedicated to my one-on-one meetings. Now, these are, I honestly cannot remember where I got these side tabs from. And I apologize, I'm just not quite sure, but they're common out there to find. It's come in a 6-tab set, and what I use the first 4 tabs here is to delineate between all of the folks that I meet with, all of my one-on-ones, and a section for each person. And I have Infinite Lotus printable meeting notes inserts that I use. They're on one page, that I use with each of the folks that I meet with. Obviously, these names didn't come in a label pack. So what I did, let's see. So what I did is that I used Rosie Papeterie sticky notes in the tabbed lin color. And I kind of just use them to as like labels of sorts with each of these tabs, writing in the names of each person's section in my planner. And I use the Sarasa Mark-On in 0.5 when I'm using transparent stickies. And the colorway I think looks great. It matches well with my blue aesthetic and the grays. And if any of these folks were ever to leave, or resign or move on, I can easily just remove the sticky note, replace the name, and there's a lot of flexibility in being able to do this, and I'd rather do that than create custom labels. And I find that my handwriting is pretty neat, so that it, I think, looks just fine. And I alphabetize them by name because I like how that looks and it feels organized. So then after the meeting with the people, I have a section for general meetings and a section for notes. And in this case, I did use the labels that came with the pack, but I I still kind of used that transparent sticky note underneath it so that it could just match the overall aesthetic with my side tabs. All right, and I think we've reached the end, yep, of my work planner. In the back, because I don't really like to leave like that white note paper, I just have some thick cardstock to serve as like an end page before we get into the clear plastic that you tuck into the back. I don't really do anything with these pockets because it's a very minimal functional setup, really just the basics. One thing I will say is that I haven't quite decided on what pen I want to use in my work planner in 2024, but I am gravitated towards, let's see if I can find it. I'm gravitated toward the Zebra Sarasa R in 0.5. Rosie's inserts have beautiful thick paper that can really hold up to an inky pen, and I just like that all black look. So I think that will be the pen for the planner, but I do need to commit. I just prefer to see one kind of boldness or one kind of font in my planner. So we'll see if that makes sense. I hope it does, if you're a planner person like me. So that is how I set up my 2024 work planner. Some things are very personal to me that would only work for me. Some things I think could be more universal that could work for a lot of different kinds of folks. But I hope that this kind of provided some inspiration. I don't carry this around everywhere I go, but on the days that I do work from home, which is a day or so a week, I carry this home. And if I really want to just kind of, if I don't want to carry such a heavy load around, I can just take this out of the cover, and that really lighten things up. And I try as best as I can to clean out inserts, things that I no longer need, and I store them in a separate discs book so that, but I keep this at work so that I can always refer to old inserts if I need. And as you can see, like, the disc system was working really, really well for me this year, and I'm deciding to keep going in the new year. So I'm really excited for this setup. I'm going to try to link everything below. Please don't hesitate if you have any questions. Thank you so much, and happy planning. We're almost in the new year. Thanks so much for tuning in, y'all. Have a great one.